My face is glowing. My cheeks look pretty good, though. Features are pretty defined in this car lighting. Look at that beautiful sky. Look at that beautiful sun going down sky. There's a guy in the parking lot right next to me that is also in his car. That also doesn't look like, any sort of Tesla or Lexus or other expensive car brand name that I can't think of right now because I am not a car guy. And he's just sitting there in his crummy car with his windows down, going about his own business. And I feel, whenever I see something like that, I just feel a certain kinship with that man, with that person, whoever they are. People who are doing okay and probably not as well as they'd like to be. I mean, I feel like most of the world, and especially materialist West, are pretty much in that boat. But, somebody who's at probably my similar economic standing. I really identify with people who are mildly white trash, but still have their stuff together. I've said this, my friend from my last job. We got along so well because I could classify us both as, term I love to call myself, high-functioning white trash. People hear me call myself that, and they're like, "Well, that's kind of a mean thing. That's kind of a negative." I mean, maybe it is negative, but I almost feel like I'm owning the term then. Okay, fine. You want to call me white trash? Yeah, I am kind of white. No, I'm very white. Not kind of. I'm very white, and I'm very trashy. I have cheap interests. I have cheap tastes. I'm not a high-classy dude. I would almost, on any given night, rather go to Taco Bell than any fancy restaurant. I don't care if you got me free seats to Ruth's Chris or you were going to give me whatever I wanted from Taco Bell for a night. I would choose Taco Bell. At least like the majority of the time. Maybe there are some instances when a nice fancy restaurant is my vibe, but personally, I have not found that desire anywhere within me. For one thing, food isn't really my love language, but that's another story. But yeah, there's something really beautiful in my poverty upbringing. I'm never these days in any sort of situation where I'm worried I'm going to be homeless the next day. But I'm just not that affluent. And I'm just doing my best. And I still, even with my lack of affluence, I still have wonderful experiences. I go out and I do things. The world is still mine. I don't have a lot, but I have enough to live. I have enough to be in the world. Now, granted, I could be freer. I could be living more of my life. There are times when I definitely, when I'm doing some sort of obligation like going to work, where I feel like I'm not really living to full capacity. I am kind of going on autopilot. But I could be a heck of a lot worse in that regard. I'm very stubborn about people killing my total Joe essence, my Joe sense. Because that thing is untouchable. It's untouchable, and I can't put a price on it, to put it in the most cliche of phrases. But yeah, I hope that guy finds as much beauty in his less than glamorous circumstances as I do. I think that, stuff that's a little bit run down, a little bit trashy, a little bit less than glamorous, I think it has so much more character a lot of the time. And that's something that I know that people that aren't in that situation probably aren't going to understand. I mean, maybe they can hear what I'm saying and, you know, agree with me and stuff, but I don't know if they'll totally see it. And my evidence for that is just how often I call myself white trash to people, and people instantly feel the need to try to cheer me up and make me feel better. I'm on a happy pile of trash, people. It is a very happy pile of trash, and I am king, and I am wearing a dirt-soiled Burger King crown that I found in the mix.